Again, I think I'll start where I started last week. Culture, character, courage. That's what you saw. Before I get into this, I want to thank TCF Bank. I want to thank Craig Dahl. 10 years of TCF Bank Stadium. It was rocking again tonight. And I just want to thank him and TCF Bank for their investment in our university. What they've done has changed our entire demographic. It's changed our recruiting. It's changed everything, I think, at this university with that stadium. It's beautiful. We take pride playing in it, and we take pride in celebrating the 10 years. So thank you, Craig Dahl. Thank you, TCF Bank, and everybody who's at TCF Bank who makes that possible. Wow. That's a gutsy football team. I told you all before, and everybody can have their own expectations. Everybody can feel how they feel, and everybody has the right to do that. Everybody has the right to their opinion. 32-8 for our non-conference opponents. And every single one of them have won championships somehow, some way. Whether it's a Mountain West, Sun Belt, whether it's a semifinals and FCS. Football's hard. It's hard to win. We lost a lot of people tonight. Those aren't excuses. We lost a lot of people tonight. We didn't have Muhammad. We didn't have Rodney. Didn't have Kamal. Then we didn't have Cam Wiley. Then we didn't have Thomas for a little while. And our coaches had to coach through all of that. But that's what that next man up mentality always is. They found a way to win again. There were times we did everything to lose the game. There were times we did everything to win the game, including me. I did not coach very well. And I take responsibility for a lot of it. But I told my team, too, on that 4th and 1, I'd do it all over again. I said, I'll take the blame, and I take the blame for that. But I'd do it all over again. Why? Because I believe in my players. I don't know what else to tell all of you. I believe in my players. I believe in my team. And I wouldn't want it any other way. Because 9.9 times out of 10, they're going to get it. We didn't on that one. I didn't think we played very well up front. We got to get some things fixed. We got to get things developed. We got to get people developed. We're going to get guys healthy. Bye week comes at a perfect time. I've never met a bye week at a wrong time. But we found a way to win again. And this team has some of the most heart I've ever seen in my entire life. And that doesn't get measured on a 40 or a height and weight. That gets measured when you go play the game of football. And all three of those teams circled us as their Super Bowl. And we found a way to win when everybody thought we wouldn't. 3 weeks in a row. I appreciate our fans sticking around. Even during the time that I had to call timeout because too many men on the field and the 2-point conversion, but that was worth it. But that's my fault. And I heard you. One thing I love about our fans, they're passionate. I heard every one of them. Remember, I have one earmuff, and then I have and people say, I never hear you guys. I hear them all. I'm just thankful they went from the boos to, cheers. But I take responsibility for not coaching my best football game today. Those players played their hearts out. We have winners on this football team, and they find ways to win. Wasn't pretty. We've got to continue to play better. But there's something to be said for how we're winning. And there's going to be a lot of close games in the Big Ten. That's just statistically speaking. There always is. And this team has found a way to win really difficult games, and they've been tested. I think we're a little bit emotionally, I wouldn't even say tired. I don't. We can't get tired, but we're just a little bit spent a little bit where we need the bye week came at a perfect time. Brady needs to take a big, deep breath. It's been 3 very big emotional games. And it could have been a loss, but they found a way to win. But the winning is one thing. How we played is what I care about. And I didn't think we played up to our capabilities, offense, defense, and special teams, which we will get fixed. So with that, we'll open up for questions.
What about the play of Tyler Johnson?
Everybody was saying, what's happening to Tyler? What's happening to Tyler? How are you going to get the ball to Tyler? What's going on with Tyler? Well, everybody double covered Tyler. Rashad had a big game. Chris Altman-Bell had a big game. Rashad had double games. We had our running backs running the ball. Big-time moments, we got to go to our big-time playmaker. They single covered him a lot, which we hadn't seen. And he caught and ran physical. That first one he caught, he breaks that tackle and he goes. I mean, that's a physical run. We have preached, stressed, educated our wideouts of running harder, right? Even the one with Shad Bateman coming down the sideline. We have to be able to run more physical, and they're physical players. But saying it and doing it are two different things, and I thought Tyler played way more physical tonight. You could feel him on the field. The last series, we're going to run the ball. We need 1 inch. We don't get it. But we had 2 plays called, so we knew we had no timeout, so 34 seconds left. We run the ball. We knew we'd be able to get up. We had plenty of time. We're going to throw a fade to Tyler. It was already, the protection, everything. We had 2 plays called with win 1. We had plenty of time. Even if it was incomplete, we still had 2 shots. So, and he makes a heck of a catch. Heck of a catch. I mean, the ball is perfect, too, because it gives him a chance to go make a play. Some people throw that out of bounds. He puts it up where he can go up and make a play. And what does Tyler do? He's got great core center of gravity. He's got great core strength. He can jump vertical with anybody, and he's strong. And that's how he made that play. Pure will. And in the huddle, we said, we're coming to you, and he knew that.
What did you feel like worked defensively? I mean, he held him to 130-some yards.
Yeah, I think the score doesn't make it look like we gave up 32 points, I mean, one's on special teams, one's on offense. I thought the first half, our eyes, they did something, schematically, they did some things that confuse us, right, with our eyes. Then we got it straight. Then at halftime, our eyes were way better. I think sometimes we took the cheese, and when you take the cheese in the triple option or the zone option, again, different from the veer option. It's very different, but also close. It's also similar. I know that doesn't make any sense. People say, make up your mind. But there's different things you have to be aware of. And I thought our guys did a really good job in the second half with their eyes. I thought we tackled better in the second half. They took some shots down the field, and our secondary did not fall asleep. We had a saying, boring is good. Boring's good. Our DBs were bored. But the one time you start saying, all right, man, it's boring, man, they run right by you. And I thought our guys held their ground pretty good.
You get what you've done on the last drives of games for 4 quarters.
That's a great question. That's what we're going to have to figure out in the next 2 weeks. Because we can do it. We just lack consistency. I think everybody can see the potential of this football team. But remember, this is the first time this football team's played together. All right, so this is 3 games in, and we haven't had a lot of the same guys in. We've had a lot of injuries, a lot of minor things, a lot of things, guys staying out. It's learning how to play with each other. Our offensive line's got a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, and a junior, and they're all playing together this is the first 3 times they played congruently. We have some tight ends healthy, some tight ends not healthy. We've got some running backs in there, sometimes not. We just have to be, I think we now have a body of work of what everybody can do, how people are going to defend us. We're going to go back to self-scouting ourselves. We're going to go back to fundamentals and details, right? And then we're going to go on to Purdue. But we were going to start with self-scout of ourselves, right? What are we doing well? What can we do better? What are the strengths of this football team as they've proven in games, not in practice? What have they proven in games? And be able to work from there.
Do you have an update on Mo, Rodney, and Cam?
They'll all be back very soon. Mo got banged up in practice this week, non-contact injury. Almost could play, decided to not play him. Rodney has I was told, has like an oblique strain. He just had trouble breathing. And then Cam, I think, had a concussion. Kamal had a sprain on his foot. Probably could have played him, but it's one of those things. If you play him, it can make it worse. If you rest him with a bye week coming up, it'll heal fast. And hopefully we get Shannon back too.
What happened on the blocked field goal?
We got pressure from the outside. I got to check. I don't have the time right now, but I would assume that was slow. We had every opportunity. But again, look what we've done. We've made those, and now we've missed it. We've made it. We blocked it. They've been blocked for a touchdown. We've had a lot of things happen to us in 3 games. Some people don't go through the entire year and don't have those things happen to us in 3 games. We're gaining the experience, and there's so many teaching moments throughout the entire week that we're going to be able to use. We got to constantly educate, teach. Almost 80% of the team still freshmen and sophomores. It's constantly educating. And then if guys aren't doing their job, we got to move some things around. We got to continue that competition, keep creating that competition. But I thought our young guys came in there and played pretty well when they needed to come in, when they didn't think they're going to play, and they had to come in and play.
Tanner was 7 for 10, 90 yards and a TD on the last drive. What have you learned about him in these high leverage situations?
I think it still all comes down. He's a winner. He's just a winner. I mean, will he ever lose games? Yes. He's a winner. The kid's a winner on the field, off the field. The kid's a winner in his academic life. He's a 4.0 student. His social life, he connects people. He's a great friend, right? He's a great, I think he's a great boyfriend, right? According to his girlfriend, right? He's into his faith, strong in his faith, and he's a winner on the football field with his leadership. He's not 6'5", doesn't have this huge arm, but to do what he did on that last drive, that's called being a winner. And he did a lot more than just that throughout the entire game. He creates, has a great pocket sense. We've got to protect him better, and we've got to be able to run the ball better. And we're going to find ways to be able to do that, creative ways.
Running the ball, it appears that it's a pretty vanilla run game thus far in the season. Is there some accuracy to that, or is there more going on than what the untrained eye can see?
Well, it just depends on how you look at it. I'd call sometimes what other teams do very vanilla. We are an inside zone football team. Everything stems from the inside zone. Now, the way we run it, right, maybe to the naked eye, there's different ways we're running that inside zone constantly that create different types of challenges for people. We feel we have a big offensive line. We feel like inside zone and outside zone are things we're going to be able to do, plus the counter. So we have a gap scheme, plus we have our two outside zone, inside zone. We just have to do it better. We're just not doing it very well right now. Right? It's the same thing that at the end of Wisconsin, we ran inside zone 12 straight times. Right? And that long drive against Wisconsin last year. I mean, we run what we run. So a lot of teams, if you're a power team, you run power. Whether it's quarterback power, whether it's two-back power, or whether it's one-back power, you run power. Right? We run inside zone, outside zone. And again, we have to find ways to be able to get everybody else the ball creatively. And we will. But our bread and butter is the inside zone. And everybody knows that. And everybody schemes against that. But we also scheme against what they're doing. And we have rushing 123 yards. I mean, we're not having 400 yards of rushing, but tonight, I mean, we didn't have our top two backs. You know? And you got to give them credit based on how they're playing it. And then as the game goes and how it's going, there's certain ways that you play the game.
We got one or two more for Coach.
Based on the field.
What would you take back, or what would you have done differently or looked at differently with that 4th and 1 in the first half?
Maybe call a timeout prior to it. I'm one to never second guess, though. I hate living in the world of regret. I go based on how the team's playing, how I feel, what's going on the other side. At the time, they were moving the ball pretty good, especially with the inside dive, trap, whatever they're running inside, which you got to go back and look at it. And I just felt like we needed that. I felt like if we can get a touchdown or points there, I think we could have, because we were getting the ball in the second half, I thought we could be able to separate it. But again, it's 4th and 1. I feel like we should be able to get 4th and 1. That's my expectation. And I'm not, in that situation, if we were at the 10, maybe that's different. We're closer to midfield. But then I believe in our defense. Our defense got to go out there and stop the foot. And if I'm going to do that, like our defense has to have that type of mentality, which we're going to teach them again. And that's what I told them in the locker room. I wouldn't take it back. Maybe differently call a timeout, maybe. I like to think about that. Maybe really, truly, instead of hurry up, maybe get everybody all on the same page and make sure that's the right call. But usually if we do that, we can get the first down.
One more?
We just didn't.
All right, Coach.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So, thanks for sticking around, everybody. Row the boat, Sky, go Gophers.